In for Christmas, residents are given reassurances that a large sinkhole in Surrey will be fixed by the end of the year. We look at the impact it's had on Godstone. Residents in Surrey have been given reassurances at a special meeting last night that the main road through their village could reopen by December. It comes after a huge sinkhole appeared in Godstone back in February, splitting the village in two. Engineers have now revealed they found a network of old tunnels under the site. Piers Hertcock has been speaking to businesses about the impact the incident has had on them.
More than 16 weeks since the sinkhole swallowed up a section of Godstone High Street, and today the emergence of a major clue into what may have caused it. Surveyors discovering Victorian mine workings located right next to the collapsed site.
We have recently discovered that there are what we suspected, if we call it a network of tunnels or caves or voids that were man-made in the mid-1800s to extract sand. So we've managed to locate those. They're about 8 metres down under the surface, so quite deep. And currently we're investigating and surveying those to then plot them and see the extent of them.
Knowing then that there's a network of tunnels underneath here, what does that mean then for the time frame of finally getting the road open?
We've been telling the residents that we're likely to be finished by the early part of December, and that still remains the case. But the programme that we've got has a lot of assumptions in it.
So another 6 months' work to repair the void that cut the village in two and made this a road to nowhere. This was the scene back in February when two huge sinkholes appeared, forcing the evacuation of around 30 properties and prompting the start of the major engineering project to try and put it right. For businesses on the high street, it's been a punishing 4 months. Sammy Bristow says takings at her coffee shop are down around 20% since the sinkhole appeared.
I think not knowing when it is going to be open has been really frustrating because obviously we have had such a lack of footfall in comparison to what we were beforehand. So having the road open is going to be probably a survival of us, yeah.
At this garage, they say they're having to adapt to survive. Shane, how devastating has it been on you as a business?
Pretty devastating. We're down to like a third of what we were taking last year, so we're just having to adapt and overcome and try and take on more work than we'd necessarily take on to try and cover the costs and foresee us through to whenever it's going to be reopened.
So it's just a case of trying to stay afloat?
Yeah.
I think the idea that this could be going on forever and ever has been something which has really worried people. So now we know the council's expecting the sinkhole to be fixed by December, and actually could potentially come earlier, but they think the expected timeline is December. And I know that will bring some comfort to people.
So there is, it appears, an end now in sight. The road may just reopen in time for Christmas. Piers Hopkirk, BBC London.